up, guys? It's Data Dave here, and I want to go over The Rising of a Shield Hero Episode 6. First off, I want to say one thing I really loved about this episode was the scene where Naofumi actually was looting the bandits and having them work for him, like, okay, hurry up, carry it along. Like, that was pretty funny. No other hero would do this, but the Naofumi of today in this 6th episode is actually pretty amazing. So honestly, bravo to him. That was funny. Even Raphtalia was kind of like, are we looting them? That makes us bandits. That gave me a genuinely good laugh. So that was very funny, and I like that. But to the review of the episode, I want to say I'm impressed at how much happened in a very short amount of time in this one episode. This series does a great job of progressing, even though we started from a really small goal of saying, hey, we need clothes for Philo, to becoming something that Naofumi literally gets a trading network from, new acquaintances, not in his party, but just by word of mouth, information, knowledge, the ability to craft. He gets what else? He gets the experience being a trader, getting to know traders, access to information. He helps people. He gets known not as the shield hero, but honestly as the famous traveling savior of the heavenly fowl. Like, I found that pretty funny that they think Philo is a god, because Philo is an extremely large Philoli, if I'm pronouncing that right, or a chocobo. I want to go with that name for the Final Fantasy fans. But in this episode, a lot of things happened. One, Naofumi learned the value of trade, got the experience of being a trader, transporting people, actively studying the language to eventually learn how to use those magic tombs, fought a monster and got the gemstone he needed for Philo. We got to see a little bit of magic from Raphtalia. We got to see Philo actually put in some work with the kick, showing her strength. Like, this is kind of a lot, and we got to update on our heroes and what they're doing. But what I love about Naofumi is look at how much he's gotten immersed in this world. Like, he's really gone above and beyond as someone that's not just a hero with these abilities, but someone who knows how to make money. Naofumi went from being a hero with no resources and literally nothing to a guy that's an active trader, has a trade flow to make money. He has now acquaintances, permissions, and everything he needs to do work with the people. None of the heroes could honestly at the moment do exactly what he's done, and he's achieving it and thriving at it and doing good by people. Like, he's not snaking them. Like, he's taking the medicine he gets from people, like when he saved that lady and he enhanced that, and he's like, you know, he's doing good. You know, he's not even being like, I'm Naofumi the shield hero. I think that people will actually find out eventually, because one, he's going around with the non-hidden shield, he has no weapons, and you know, he's just going around like, you know, his name's Naofumi. I'm pretty sure that name got out there. Another thing that's pretty important, and I believe will come back again, is when he learned from that merchant trader that apparently doesn't like people that much. He's greedy, I believe. Someone said that. The cool thing is the trader was like, you know what, let me teach you something, how to refine gems and material. So now Fumi, as a support, now knows not only how to enhance medicine from episodes before, he now also knows how to enhance gems. You know, and he's gotten experience using mana, which I feel like is important if he'll eventually become this healer or support type character that he was predicted to have an affinity with. Not even predicted, but confirmed to have an affinity for. So that means maybe at some point he'll actually be casting spells and magic. That seems like a thing, because even Raphtalia did that little stealthy sneak spell on her own. So I'm assuming that everybody in this world to some degree has the ability to use some form of mana or magic inside of them. Him being a hero, he must have more than others, but I don't think anyone really necessarily taught them that. So him getting this experience is really good for later on in building him up. So I feel like the importance of this episode is the fact that now Fumi, if you all notice, is slowly learning more and more and getting more immersed, like as they go on in the series. You know, he now knows about minerals. He's gonna learn how to read by studying. He knows traders, the magician, he knows the merchants. Like, with this information network, he becomes just that much more useful and that much more immersed. And he can do more things and access more areas. Like, I don't believe any other heroes has their own network that Naofumi formed, because other heroes, you know, they're relying on the king and mine and whatever other resources that are given to them, and money. Like, I'm pretty sure they get an allowance. I think that was mentioned in episode 1 that every so often they'll get it. So like, they're relying off that. Now Fumi literally is going from ground zero to where he's at now, which is really cool, and I feel like this will all pay off eventually. Because think about it, the title of this series is called The Rising of a Shield Hero. Now Fumi from episode 1 literally started off with no friends, no money, no resources, a horrible name and like crime put on him, and he had literally nothing. He could have gave up from that point. But the reason why I think I love Naofumi, the reason why I love Naofumi in the series It's like he's literally rising. Like he started from ground zero. Now he has Raphtalia, an ally. Now he has Philo, which is pretty wild. He has a trading network. He has acquaintances. Whether they know him as a shield hero or not, I still question if people know that. But in that, I feel like they're going to eventually find out and be like, oh snap, that was the shield hero. That just wasn't some random, extremely powerful trader with magic or medicine. You know what I mean? Like they're going to learn. And then one day, I think a lot of those people he interacts with they're going to realize and be like, you know what? That shield hero actually isn't a bad guy. Like people say a lot of bad things, but he healed this lady. He travels around with medicine. He sells us goods at a fair price. Like, you know, it's like people are going to realize it. He's literally rising up in people's what? He's rising up in status, rising up in money, and rising up in people's hearts, in my opinion. So that's what I really like about this series. He's came up in the world with two very powerful allies. He's doing everything he needs to survive and thrive. And I think we're now at the point of episode 6 where he's honestly kind of thriving. He has shield abilities, he has money, a way to make money and take care of all himself and Philo and Raphtalia. So I just want to say it's pretty inspirational what Naofumi's done. Because at no point, honestly, did he stop. Like, think about it. When everything was bad, he was pissed off, but what was he doing? He was actively trying to find a way to improve himself or get help or get resources. At no point he was like, and at no point in this series was he like, I give up. I'm done. Why try? It doesn't matter. Not a single point. Even though he was negative amongst his words, all of his action shows I'm trying to come up. And now we're starting to see that come up. So extremely dope anime, extremely dope character. I enjoyed this episode because we're seeing more progression. Now, if we're comparing him to other heroes, because we did get an update about him, Naofumi is really doing his thing. Speaking of the other heroes, let me give you an update on them. I mean, you all heard it, but we can talk about it a bit. We got Motoyatsu, who saved this famine-stricken village. He was shown with mine. That's cool. That's hero-like things. Rin, which was a sword hero, is out hunting monsters and some dragon or something like that. And the bow hero, I need to learn his name. Itsuki maybe? Or did I just make that up? I have no idea. But he's out here training and traveling and something with the mountains and all that jazz. So what's funny is, think about it. Think about what all 4 heroes are doing, right? These 3 are actually doing the standard or stereotypical thing you expect the hero to do. Saving village, killing monsters, training, and doing that. Now Fumi, he's in the network, you know, learning the world, really getting immersed. I think what's cool about what's going on is that now Fumi's made a way, and the other 3, they're just kind of doing that RPG role. Like, you start a video game, this is what to be expected. These are your adventures, this is what you expect to happen. You know what I mean? So it's cool seeing that, like, each hero, the other 3 heroes are kind of doing what we expect from a video game, and now Fumi's doing literally the opposite. You know what I mean? But and eventually now Fumi's gonna be the one to come up, I guess. And you know, from this experience, like, I really don't think Motoyatsu, Rin, or the bow hero don't really know anything about this world. Motoyatsu showed that by when he tried to tax the village with mine for what, 50 silvers, when it only costs 1 silver a night to actually live in that town. He didn't really care. He was just like, hey, I'm the governor, you know? So he hasn't really learned about the people, or I dare say interacted with them in that realm. Now, in regards to Rin or the bow hero, I really don't know how much they know, but I'm gonna assume based on them being a hero and being put on that pedestal, they probably don't have that same experience. They're probably kind of cocky, like how they entered in the world, and they really don't know. Like, now Fumi can tell you about individuals and people he's met. I really feel like those 3 can only tell you about the adventurers and the monsters they defeated. So it's not that they're dumb. I'd say Motoyatsu's a little dumb because, you know, you already know how I feel about Motoyatsu. But in regards to Rin and the bow hero, it's not that they're dumb. I just feel like they don't know or haven't been an experience to get to know the people or get to know the world. You know what I mean? So I feel like now Fumi's the only one who's gone the extra step to actually be like, this is a new world. Let me learn about it. Let me learn how things work. So I don't know if that's a stretch to claim about the sword and the bow hero, because we don't really see them too much. We're really around Naofumi and we just hear about them. But I think that's a good claim to make, to say like all 3 of them are really ignorant of this world despite them doing all this fighting for the people, quote unquote. When Naofumi's really doing that hands-on, one-on-one for the people. Now at the same time, by them those 3 taking out monsters, they are helping people. They are saving people in a sense, but it's just a different way to assist and help. They're helping in the standard way of what we expect from a video game or a stereotypical manga. You know what I mean? Like, save the day, you know? But the last thing that stood out to me in this episode is the fact that I touched on it earlier that Raphtalia actually used magic, so that's cool to see she's using, I believe, her light magic in that case. And the other thing is Philo. Philo literally kicked that monster and it just cracked and busted his skull and all that. You know, that was like, okay, Philo's kick's pretty powerful. It was powerful against Motoyatsu, but this is a whole new level. So we also found through this episode that Philo actually has an affinity for wind magic, or wind affinity. So I'm assuming that Philo in human form is gonna just be using magic. She can't kick off or send those powerful attacks in that angel form. So it'd be cool if she can throw like feathers or throw wind at people, kind of like, you know, Aang the Avatar or whatever, and have that be an attack. And then maybe in her bird form, she's just throwing these powerful hits and pecks and kicks and such. So that's gonna be cool to see. So now we have Philo, the, I'll say fighter mage, you know, using magic, wind magic, fighter with the kicks and all that. We got Raphtalia, the swordswoman, who can use light and dark magic. Haven't seen the dark magic, but the light one at least let her be concealed. And then we got Naofumi with the affinity for healing and support magic, mainly just to shield abilities, and he can make medicine to cure people and enhance them. Like, we got everything we need for a full party in an RPG and still thrive. So with that being said, since we now have everything we need, we got levels, we got resources, we got outfits, my prediction for the next episode is that it's time for a wave. Like, I don't really know what else we can do other than improve our gear or buy some new gear, which we can do in like 5 minutes, 10 minutes tops. But I think it's time for them to be like, all right, you know, we've gotten money, we got resources, we got everything we need, we got the party. I think it's time for them to start boxing people, or at least level up some more. Like, we still haven't seen Philo, how Philo will actually fight outside of bird form. So, you know, like, you know, that's what my prediction is for next episode. It's time for us to go. Here's another prediction that I have. In the last wave, Naofumi played a more passive role by, not passive, Naofumi played a more defensive role by defending the villagers. My prediction is for the next wave is that he'll play a more active role. The reason why is in the anime, I feel like it wouldn't be exciting to see Naofumi defend another village. He's more powerful than that, and he has allies. I think it would be pretty impressive if we saw Naofumi fighting with the other heroes and just stunting on them. You know what I mean? Like, yo, here's Philo, here's Raphtalia, and here am I with all these new shields and abilities and all that jazz. Like, that's what I would want to see. Like, I want them to show out and just other heroes to be like, oh snap, that's Naofumi. You know, so I want that to happen the next wave. Or maybe Naofumi may be in another unseen area showing out for those people, but this time he doesn't need to help others. He just needs him and his squad. So I'm looking forward to whenever the next wave is. My prediction is next episode. If not next episode, then it'll be the episode after next. But so far, this was an amazing episode. I enjoyed it. I like how much was done in a short amount of time. Do let me know your thoughts, predictions, how you feel about the series, and what do you think about Philo's new apparel and apparent abilities. But with that being said, you all have a good one. Thank you very much for tuning in to another video in the database. Catch you later, guys, and have a great one. Thank you very much for watching and your time. I appreciate it from you.